Ladies and gentlemen, the Dallas Cowboys finally made a deal. Let's get right into this and be sure to subscribe for more Dallas Cowboys content and stick around towards the end because I want to talk to you guys about a brand new segment I'm going to be bringing to Attack on Cowboys, and I'm going to need y'all help with this one. Let's get right into it. Osa Odighizuwa's contract is officially signed, sealed, and delivered. The Cowboys and standout defensive lineman Osa Odighizuwa have agreed to terms on a 4-year, $80 million deal per me and Mike Garofalo with $58 million guaranteed. One of the top tackles in the market, Osa Odighizuwa stays in Dallas on a deal done by Sam Leaf of Ballin G Group. Okay. First things first, ladies and gentlemen, we have to give Osa Odighizuwa the smallest of applause because Osa absolutely left roughly about $1.5 to $2 million per season on average on the table over the course of this contract, which is going to net the Cowboys maybe about an $8 to $10 million savings overall. The reason I say this is because his market value was 100% soundly sitting at about $22 million plus per season. And just recently as this past weekend, it was reported that that was the type of deal being looked at. It was actually being looked at as closer to like a 4-year, $90 million deal, about $22.5 million per season average. And Osa actually accepted a $20 million deal. Now I'm going to go ahead and say this right now. All of y'all that were not Team Osa, they were like, oh, get rid of Osa Odighizuwa just because of the reports were about $2 million higher than the contract he actually signed. Get over yourselves. It's too often I see Cowboys fans now, they're more concerned about being right than they are about being a fan of the team and supporting their players. Osa Odighizuwa has been the quintessential professional as a Dallas Cowboy, and Osa Odighizuwa has been one of the most consistent players on that defense since he's been here, and he's only going to get better, especially under the tutelage of an Aaron Whitecotton who helped Quentin Williams become an all-pro defensive lineman. So I fully expect Osa Odighizuwa to take another leap this season under the new coaching staff with a more invested, more dialed-in coaching staff with some security. And, you know, they're here for more than just a season, so maybe the players will be inclined to actually listen to these guys and not give them any pushback. I think Osa Odighizuwa is absolutely going to have a much better season, but this is actually a sneakily good deal right here. The Cowboys actually came in at a lower apron than what was expected for them to sign him at, and this is a win. This is absolutely a win, ladies and gentlemen. Now, $2 million left on the table may not seem like much, but if you get about $2 million per contract, you can get a whole nother Tier 2 free agent just based off of that savings alone. If you get $2 million off of whatever J. Lou wants, you get $2 million off of whatever Devontae Turpin may want, $2 million off of whatever Brock Hoffman or some of these other guys may want, you're going to be able to save yourself enough money to where you're able to bring in another Tier 2 free agent just by being careful with how you're spending your current resources, right? So amazing move right here. Absolutely love this. I have no problem with this at all. This was one of the biggest dominoes to fall for the Dallas Cowboys. Really, the only other thing we're looking at now is the Micah Parsons deal, and I'm hoping that they just get it done. I don't think they're going to trade Micah Parsons. I don't think they really should trade Micah Parsons at this juncture, at this current time. I don't think they should trade Micah Parsons. I'm going to be completely honest. He is annoying at times with some of his activities and some of the stuff that he does, and his aloofness. It does kind of rub us the wrong way at times, but I don't think they should trade him Micah Parsons. Go ahead and pay that man. Don't play around with it. Don't allow all these media stories to start circulating because you just don't want to play around with a guy that's that volatile. You really don't know what Michael's going to say, how he's going to react to getting drugged through the mud and going through the normal media frenzy that Dallas Cowboys players who are up to get paid usually have to go through. So pay Micah Parsons. You already paid Osa Odighizuwa. Bring J. Lou back if he wants to come back for a reasonable amount. Bring a Brock Hoffman back as a restricted free agent. They already placed their second-round tender on Devontae Turpin, which means they're willing to pay him roughly about $5.34 million per season. But the most important part is just do what you need to do early so that way you can actually play the game when free agency begins. Because I'm going to be honest, man, this is one of the best crops of Tier 2 free agents I've seen in a very long time because there's a lot of very good players who are becoming cap casualties with some of these teams, and dead cap hits and some of that other stuff is actually catching up with some of these teams across the league. You can actually look and see some of these guys that are very good players still are having to get released just because their money doesn't fit into the blueprint of what that team is trying to do anymore, or that team is going in a different direction, whatever it may be. There's going to be a lot of really, really good football players on the free agency market available post June 1st cuts that the Cowboys need to be active on, and they need to do some shopping. So yeah, Osa Odighizuwa contract, exciting stuff. Good job to the Jones family in the front office for getting that done and getting it done expeditiously. Now, something else I wanted to kind of briefly talk about before we ended today's news drop. I'm going to be debuting a new segment on my channel, and what the purpose of it is going to be is to put a bigger spotlight on not only Texas high school football, but just high school football athletes in general, because we are real football people over here. We want to see these guys in their grassroots version. I would love, and I want you guys to tell your cousins, anybody in your family, you got kids, whatever it may be. If you yourself are a high school football player and you watch this, if you have friends and you're in high school and you have friends that play the sport and you want your friends to get a little bit more shine, to get some clout, to get their recruitment tape out there for potential coaches to see. There are coaches that follow my platform. Please be sure to send in your high school highlight tapes to attackonsports@gmail.com. I'll make sure it's on the screen. Send it in to attackonsports@gmail.com, and what we're going to do is we're going to react to you guys' highlight tapes from high school, and we're actually going to rate you guys' tape and kind of just talk about briefly what you guys are, just kind of give you guys a chance to showcase yourselves on a larger platform with some reach. I really want to do this to kind of just help these young men have an outlet and have more of a chance to kind of chase their dreams, because I know how hard the recruitment scene can be. So if I can utilize my platform, which has some of the most reach in the Cowboys community, if I can utilize my platform to get some of these young men and get one more player into college that may not have gotten to college in the first place, I would absolutely love to do that. I expect no other Cowboys content creator to start doing this out the clear blue, or I will call you out. This is 100% something that I am starting and I want to do for the community, because the Cowboys community really needs something like this. And I think it'll just be fun. It'll be fun to see some of the best high school guys around Texas, you know, their highlight tape, or them even come on the show and kind of just talk about what football means to them and that kind of thing over the course of the off season. I want to add that type of content in to what we do over here on Attack on Cowboys during the off season, and we're going to call that segment Future Cowboys and Future Greats. That's going to be the name of that segment, and we're going to be reacting to you guys' highlight tapes. So be sure to send those in, and again, attackonsports@gmail.com, and maybe you'll get that 4-year, $80 million deal like Osa Odighizuwa just got. But either way, appreciate you guys for tuning in. How about them Cowboys? And please be sure to let a friend know that AOC is trying to get your high school tape out there. But either way, till next time.
Calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, am I still them boys? Y'all usually check on me. Listen. I'm still them boys. Hey! Woo! Oh, shut up, my boy. Hey! I'm still them boys.